Is this thing on? Oh, it says live. We're on.
We
Good
are
evening,
on.
everybody. Hello, this is coming from three of us at Geekhead. This is coming from Peter. Say hello, Peter. Hello. Coming
Hello,
from Connor.
that's me.
And coming from Magnus.
Yeah.
Yep, unfortunately, Guy's not here with us. Apparently, his wife wanted to spend time with him. Can you believe that?
Absolutely awful.
I mean,
Wife over friends.
where are the priorities? What's it say? Bros before. I won't finish that sentence. Actually, I really like her. His wife's a really cool lady.
Yeah, you don't want to get on the bad side of her either.
Oh no, you don't. Not when she's hosting our D&D night in 2 weeks. We best keep her happy. All right. So before we get into debate, let's just kind of do a quick roundup of what we've been up to in this last week. Because I know I've been doing a few things, but I'll kind of go last. Big guy.
I'm not sure
Big.
if that's me. Oh wait, we went through this. It is me. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, something
So,
is giving me volume.
okay. So, uh,
Sorry, I
geekiest
had
thing
something
I've.
start playing. I missed that. Are
Pardon?
we okay to start talking?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well
Okay.
then,
So the geekiest thing I've probably done is design a Dungeons and Dragons character for my friend who's going to start playing Dungeons and Dragons with me uh,
oh,
ne
nice,
a week on Monday,
nice. What kind of
and
character is it?
he's going to be a human cleric worshipping the god Palor. Not
First,
Pelor.
second, third, fourth, fifth ed?
It's 4th edition.
Ugh.
We know that you don't like that.
It's not
Well,
that I
every
dislike.
Dungeons and Dragon player dislikes it.
To be fair, fourth edition D&D would make a really, really good computer game.
Yeah, it would.
It's a great MMO.
In fairness, it's also very good for new beginners, Peter. That's what you've got to remember as well, is they're targeting younger D&D audiences, I
I
think.
know, I
Because
know.
for me as a
But
dungeon master,
Peter
it's made it
doesn't
a
care.
lot easier to make it entertaining for people that haven't actually played the game before.
I miss having crafting skills though. Having those times when you put your skills into lockpicking or, craft armor or craft magic item. I miss that stuff, man. I miss having to go to
Yeah,
the
I think we
massive
all do.
table, the massive, massive table of stuff to figure out what the heck this magic enchanted item even does. And the joy of giving a player a deck of many things or twisting their wish spell. I miss destroying a wish spell, man. You know?
Yeah.
Still,
No, no, I definitely know what you're on about. But yeah,
hey,
carry on,
Magnus,
Magnus.
yeah.
Oh, well, that was pretty much it.
All right, cool. How's it
Well, you'll
going
be
on your
pleased to know that
playthrough?
I've started Walking Dead.
Hey, where are
It's
we up to?
about time.
I know, it's actually quite good. I kind of watched the first episode somewhere and it wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't think much of it. But then I started watching it in my own time and I actually, it's alright. For what it
Really?
is as a zombie apocalypse, series, it's actually quite good.
To be honest, I think the first
And I've heard
episode's
it
the
gets
best they
better as it
did.
goes on as well, so.
First episode's still my favorite.
Well, hopefully it stays good then.
To be fair, the most recent episode is also pretty awesome.
That's good. What about yourself, Peter?
Well, let's see. I started off this week. On Monday, I caught up with The Walking Dead and Once Upon a Time. On Tuesday, I caught up with what did I catch up with on Tuesday? Can't remember. But I also caught up with this week Arrow, Agents of Shield, The Flash, Gotham, Supernatural, Legend of Korra, and Power Rangers.
Wow. It sounds like you've had a pretty packed week.
I'm a TV junkie. What can I say? If it's sci-fi or fantasy on TV, I will be watching it. And
How is Gotham?
you know, it's it's okay. I mean, it's not brilliant yet. It seems like they're just kind of trying to find their feet with the show. You know,
Fair
kind of
enough.
setting the tone with it. I don't think they know where to go yet, to be completely honest. But Gotham just got picked up for the whole season, so they've got 20 odd episodes now, rather than having 12. So it looks like it's going to be pretty well paced. One
That's
thing I
good.
will say about Gotham, my favorite version of Alfred.
Really?
Ooh.
Oh yes, he is the first Alfred to ever say to Bruce, "Get down off that ledge, you bloody moron!" It's brilliant. But yeah,
Well,
for myself, I'm hoping to get my joint review of episodes 1 and 2 of Supernatural season 10 out. If not today, then tomorrow.
nice.
Very nice.
Yep, they'll be going up on the Geekhead channel. At least that's the plan. And I will be finishing my mega review of Foundation, which is taking way longer to write than I thought. Again, hopefully very, very soon. But Magnus, isn't there one other thing that you've been doing, playing a certain game?
Oh, okay. So I've played. Okay, so I kind of struggled. Okay, so my internet is despicably awful. So I'm sorry to say, but I was not able to upload the stream or record any data of Shadow of Mordor. I'm very sorry,
Well,
fans.
please tell us at least that you've got yourself a review of the game coming soon.
Yes, that will be happening, a review of the game, because I was the sad person who 100%ed the game, but that wasn't enough, so I 100%ed the achievements.
You've already got 100% on the game. Everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, that takes some dedication. I've not done
Because
that with any game since Ocarina of
I
Time.
I decided to do all the side I decided to do all the side missions and gain all the trinkets before I'd actually start the campaign. So in other words, all I had left was the campaign.
You must
It
have
was
done that campaign with a powerful character then.
yeah, I did. I think it was a bit cheaty of me, to be honest, because my friends really struggled with it. They were like, "Oh," and I was there like, "I thought it was really easy." I thought it was quite a pathetic last boss fight, in my opinion, but okay.
Well, yeah, going in with a max level character.
Yeah, and I've got like 3 or 4 too many ability points because I've run out of abilities to get.
That's cool. So, just mini review then, before we kick off the debate, Magnus. Shadow of Mordor, how do we rate the game?
Okay, so what score are we rating it of?
Whatever your system you like.
Okay, so if we rate it out of 100,
Alright?
I will rate it 102.
That
No,
good.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so it was a very, very good game. The only problem was, I do think the boss fight was the last boss fight was a bit of a letdown because the first boss fight is really hard. The thing is, because the followers of Sauron all use different fighting techniques, the bosses all did in a different way, and I just felt like the last boss was really the easiest. But other than that, the development and the lore behind the game was absolutely phenomenal. It's probably my favourite game so far when it comes to the lore. Probably because since I was about 4, I've loved Lord of the Rings non-stop and all of that stuff. But besides the point, I think the game was really good. So out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 9.
Nice. Right. Well, little secret, I have watched another review. Again, this is a game that Zero Punctuation recommends.
Okay.
That's how good it is. It seems like a great game. But on to the debate. So, you may have noticed the title. Now, you ever had that thing where everyone's raving about this character who's awesome, brilliant, then you watch the show and you're just like,
I don't get the same vibe.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, why do people like this asshole? I think we've all had that one at some point.
Yeah.
And we've all got that one character as well where everybody's just like, I despise him, and you're just like, actually, I thought they were all right, kind of funny. I enjoyed them.
Yep.
Well, being on a risky note here, you're gonna hate a lot of us for what we say. If you have any comments or questions, please ask because you're gonna hate our opinions, I'm sure.
So guys, if there are no more episodes, you know there was an assassin sent for all of us.
Hell, to be honest, with some of these guys we're going to insult, if they did it themselves, I wouldn't be shocked. So, we want to get the controversial one out the way. Connor?
The Batman.
Batman!
Okay, no. You are not. Actually, I agree with you.
I just cannot see why there are so many people that rave on about Batman. The thing that annoys me about him is his superpower, if he has a superpower, is literally just being rich. It would be the equivalent of calling Bill Gates a superhero.
I'm pretty sure Bill Gates can't kick my ass.
No, but if he trained long enough, he probably could. And
Bill Gates,
that's what I'm getting to. Batman is just basically a guy who's really rich, has fancy gadgets, and has just trained plenty at martial arts. It'd be basically like, I don't know, like Bruce Lee suddenly winning the lottery 500 times and showing up at your door in a mask.
to be fair, I'd be okay with that. That would actually sound like a pretty cool story.
I'd be okay with that, but it's not just that.
I'd hand him a pen and be like, engrave this onto my back.
Yes.
But, okay, so are you saying you think Batman's a bad character?
Not only that, but I don't always think that, like, his motives are always 100% like the best. Like you have a lot of heroes that do things, you know, to save other people because they, need to or want to, whereas Batman sometimes does it out of vengeance and spite. And I think that's what some people get, quite like about him. But I don't know, I don't get that. A hero to me is someone who is doing it, as a sacrifice of themselves to actually, help other people instead of actually seeking vengeance.
Well, it kind of depends on the depiction of Batman, I think, on that one. Like, Frank Miller's Batman, he's a tool, yes. But, like, the Batman from, like, Batman Beyond or Justice League, or the Batman from a lot of the comics is a much nicer guy who's basically trying to make sure no one else ever goes through what he went through as a kid.
Which is fair enough.
A great cause.
But I will admit with you on Connor, I'm kind of in the same boat in that I kind of like Batman, but his fans really annoy me.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. You drop them in almost any situation, one-on-one, Superman's gonna kick his ass. Hell, Screw Attack did a death battle with this. Spider-Man kicked his ass.
Yeah, Spider-Man would. I don't even think Batman would be able to land a punch on Spider-Man.
Not without, having to have, anti-Spider-Man gadgets.
Well, yeah.
And I do think they overplay that a little bit with Batman. I don't know, what do you think, Magnus?
I do think Batman does, when people are like, oh, take away Batman's gadgets and stuff, then what is he? Batman is the gadget, I like to think, in my opinion, but...
There was a pretty cool moment in, someone did a video, like, with the Justice League characters parodying the Avengers. It had, like, Superman say to Batman, take away your suit, what are you? And Batman went, genius, billionaire, philanthropist, playboy, detective, expert in 15,000 different forms of martial arts, including... And then it cut away, and it came back to him, and he was still listing off all this stuff he could do.
That's pretty cool.
That was quite funny. But yeah, I'll be honest, it's not Batman who really annoys me though. For me, it is this short, hairy, bad-tempered Canadian, sometimes called Wolverine.
I was thinking lumberjack, but oh,
It just, oh my goodness, Wolverine really annoys me as a character. I can't stand the man. I can't stand him.
How come?
I mean, okay, comic book Wolverine, mostly it's because he's a self-righteous, up himself, I think I'm right about everything douche. So, I mean, that just really, really irritates me a lot. He always thinks he's right, and he shuts down Cyclops all the time, who I prefer anyway. And in the movies, they're all about him. I mean, what the hell? He's not even that powerful. Why are the movies all about him? Why are we having 5 solo Wolverine movies, and then him showing up in the joint one, Days of Future Past?
Because he can't die.
Yes, he can freaking die. Throw that man in the sun and see how he survives.
The only issue here is, Peter, not a lot of people have the capacity to throw Wolverine into the sun.
The Hulk, the Thing, the Sentry, Superman, every member of the roster of the freaking Justice League,
The
half the
Justice League
X-Men,
is in a
Jean Grey,
different...
Quicksilver, Magneto. Should I keep going with the list? Iron Man could do it. Reed Richards probably knows how to do it. Hell, Spider-Man, again, kicked his ass. Spider-Man beats up a lot of people, doesn't he?
Spider-Man's not a pushover like most people think. He's actually my favourite superhero, and it really annoys me that people think that he'd lose one-on-one against anyone.
mate,
Well,
Spider-Man could just make a giant web slingshot and launch Wolverine to the sun.
Yeah. Although there was, again, hilarious moment with Spider-Man. I dislike Joss Whedon generally. He did a good run on X-Men, where Spider-Man's having like this thing where he's trying to save the world, and he stops this like mile-wide giant metal thing with a massive web, and he's going celebrating like, "Woohoo! I did it! I did!" Wait a minute, that doesn't seem like it's possible. And he realizes he's hallucinating it.
Ouch.
It's pretty cool. But I know, for me, Wolverine is just, I don't like him as a person. I mean, I dislike the person of Wolverine. I think he's unpleasant. His powers aren't that interesting. It's like, I stab people with my knives. It's like,
And
that's
take
it.
the knife hits, but regenerate those hits.
Yeah. And again, he shows up everywhere. I mean, X-Men 3. Cyclops, Jean Grey, him having to put down the woman he's about to marry. Perfect plot. That's how it was in the comic. Or at least closer. And it's like Wolverine is just grr. And yes, Hugh Jackman, I love you, man.
Yeah,
Hate
that's
your
what I'm
character,
thinking.
love you.
I like the Wolverine character because I think Hugh Jackman portrays it in a completely different way in the way you see him in the comics and the...
I don't really like
and
either
books.
of them though. Not really.
Yeah, I do get where you're coming from.
I
Like,
mean,
I don't think Wolverine would be someone who I'd actually want to have a conversation with.
nah, not me, and that's my biggest problem.
Okay.
What
So
about you, big man?
I have a I don't necessarily have like a big problem, but I just find I don't understand why people have such big hype for him, and I'm not expecting to live another day after I say this, but I just don't understand the hype about Han Solo. I'm waiting to be headshotted out through the window now. I'm looking around. Okay.
Ouch.
If
But
you
pretty much.
remember, Han would shoot first.
Yeah, that. Oh, yeah, true. Did you know they made a video where Greedo shot first, but
That is
but
a
they knew they
filthy
couldn't have
lie.
it in.
Take that back.
But anyway, I
Han
love
shot first.
I love Harrison Ford. He's probably one of my favorite actors. I love all his films: Air Force One, Patriotic Games, Indiana Jones, all of that stuff. I just the Han Solo character I just find really difficult. I understand why people like him, that they kind of just he's kind of the oddball in the group. But I always just didn't really pay attention to him. I kind of ignored him and didn't think much of him because I don't think he makes a huge difference. The biggest difference he makes, I think, other than actually being able helping getting Princess Leia, is probably
or saving Luke's life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Saving Luke's life is probably the best thing he did after.
To be fair, that did kind of help them blow up the Death Star.
Yeah, it did.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it was a big deal. But I always took towards Chewbacca instead. I always thought, who wants to be? I'm human in real life. Why would I like a human in a thing where there is a giant walking bear? So I always took to Chewbacca, and I was like, oh, Chewbacca's the best character. Along with Darth Vader, of course, but
Oh yeah, name one person who doesn't love Chewbacca. Exactly.
Chewbacca is lovable.
But again, you can't have Chewbacca without Han Solo. That's the good thing
yeah,
about Han Solo,
that's
is that
the
he
thing.
compliments Chewie so much.
It's a package deal that I'm willing to take.
You're willing to put up with Han Solo to get Chewie.
Yes, I am.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I gotta say, I generally really like Han Solo, although I'll admit the stuff with him and Leia in Episode 5, yeah,
It's so weird.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling it.
He does have the best comeback to someone saying "I love you," though. I know.
Although, be honest, ladies, look in your heart. If you got Harrison Ford or smoothest mother in the whole galaxy, Lando Calrissian, who you gonna go with? You know who you're gonna go with. It's Lando, baby. Hell, if he asked me out, I'd probably say yes. But keeping to Star Wars, again, there's also those characters who people enjoy, and we don't have a lot of time left, so we're just going to go through this quickly. I will stand up and I will defend the most hated character in the whole of Star Wars.
Who say you think it is?
Found Jar Jar Binks funny. I enjoyed Jar Jar Binks. And not just the version who shows up in the comic Darth and Droids. I like Jar Jar Binks, just period. I think he's funny.
His tone of voice and his accent is brilliant, but I just find him. They tried to make too much of a second Chewbacca. That's where I just get.
Although anybody saying that Jar Jar's racist, that was the choice of the actor, entirely his choice, who I think is actually from Jamaica, so he's allowed to talk like that. I think he's from Jamaica.
Yeah, the only thing with Jar Jar is he is just like, I feel like he is just kind of a comedy character thrown in there, though.
Yeah, but then again, I think that's kind of part of the point of him. He's like the totally ridiculous, stupid character who somehow makes a difference for good.
Does he make a massive difference for good, though?
In episode 1, he kind of does.
But in number 2, he kind of helps put Palpatine into power.
Yeah, so he actually does make a big difference. Okay, that was not
but not necessarily for the good.
He was tricked into that one, okay?
He was the founder of the Republic.
The Republic?
No, sorry.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. My whole argument is simple. I found him funny. That's it. And he's meant to be funny, so if you find him funny, there you go.
I guess. Yeah.
What about you, Connor?
You know what? Going back onto the, the actual theme of X-Men again. I am willing to stand up and I am willing to defend Toad.
Yeah, before we went on there, we were actually talking about this. you had the single best comeback because I suggested that the Toad's superpower in those films is really, really good phlegm.
Yeah, exactly. Which one of you? I kid you not. Which one of you would want to go up against that? Ever?
Uh,
There's
Which
the
one of
point.
you would actually stand up and say, yeah, I would like boogers the size of baseballs and basketballs and all the rest of these lovely things flung at you and not being able to scrape them off your face?
That was a fair point.
a very, very good point.
You
I
would
suffer
never
from
want to
blame.
mess with that guy.
Uh,
Heck, I bet even Superman would show up and he'd be like, I don't want any boogers on my cape. I'm getting out of it.
to be fair, Superman could be floating half a mile away and laser beam him.
Well, we won't get into those technicalities.
That takes the fun out of everything.
Yeah, true. But, okay, Movie Toad I will give almost a pass on because he's played by Darth Maul.
Exactly.
But comic book Toad?
So he also can whip out a dual lightsaber and, you know.
I don't think the Toad actually has one of those. But that would be pretty awesome.
Hey,
We can
who knows?
dream.
Actually, how would that have been a cool thing? Like, the X-Men laugh at him for being a Toad and he whips out a lightsaber. And everyone's just like, huh.
Works
We
for me.
might not win this fight.
I think we've
Wolverine,
discovered
your
how we need
claws
to make
are
the crossover.
not invincible anymore.
My claws can cut through. Oh crap! It's a lightsaber!
Dang. Okay.
You
So
got
for
that.
the last but not least, definitely not least, I don't care what people say. Snails from the Dungeons and Dragons 2000, I find is
Oh
one of
my
the
days.
funniest
What
characters
the?
in movie history.
What has? Tell me, what have you been telling your brother to make him grow up so awful?
They bought the film; it was
Don't
their
look at
own
me.
fault.
Oh my word! How can you? He's played by a Wayans. That's the kiss of death.
Maybe, but it's worth.
But how? How can you get past the fact that he's just awful?
Okay, so I just find him a very interesting character because he just tags along because he's got nothing else to do. I mean, like, if we were in a Dungeons and Dragons game and, like, we just had... So there's usually, if you're a paladin or something, you'd have something to do. If you were a rogue or something like that, you'd want to get the gold from it. Whereas snails, I've got nothing else to do. If there's a reward, yeah, sure, but, like, I'll just do this because my friend's doing it.
I think that's why I don't like him. If you remove him from the movie, nothing changes. Nothing. In fact, it's a better movie.
No, I don't think so. It would be so dull without snails in the movie. But anyway, this episode's gone on for a bit of time
Yeah,
now.
I'll be fair. I'll give you this one, Magnus. My defense of Jar Jar is I find him funny. So if you find Snails funny, more power to you. I use the same argument, so
Thank you.
I just don't know why.
Why?
But yeah, this has gone on a bit longer than we planned, but yeah, open question to you guys. You ever have that character who you think's just a bit overrated or underrated? The person everyone else hates and you think, you know, actually they're not that bad. Maybe a character, maybe that film that everyone hates and you think, kind of like this one actually. If so, comment on the video. Tell us. Ask about us. If you want to tell us we're morons, go ahead. Hell, you tell me that because I like Jar Jar, you will never trust my opinion again. I understand.
Yeah, I'll get death threats.
For hating on Han Solo, you're getting them from me, buddy.
I
We'll
know
be
you've
looking out
already
for
said
Death
that.
Star.
But yeah. Anyway, so in the upcoming week, what have we got planned? Well, I'm watching a lot more TV.
As am I.
Yep.
D&D sesh.
Yeah, we've got a D&D session on Monday with next Monday with my friends.
Cool. You'll
And
have to
then the
prepare for that.
following week for Halloween, we have a Halloween-themed role-playing day. Woo!
Yes. Done by yours truly in his own original setting. Well, original, it's being human by way of supernatural. But it's fun. I like it.
Very
We'll see if we
nice.
can't get some shots for everyone.
Get
Oh,
some
yes.
pictures or something. We can have them in a slideshow.
And let's hope next week Guy is with us, and Connor, let's hope he never finds out you dissed the Batman.
Hey, I'm
Done.
willing to defend myself.
Any means necessary.
Yeah. So, this is from Connor, Magnus, and Peter, Geekhead, signing off and saying geek out.
Geek out.
Geek up and away!